What time is it? It's science time.
Oh, it's science time. Let's all stop and just unwind. 1, 2, 3, 4, here we go. Learn so much your brain explodes. Lessons so cool, so fresh. Beat so big you'll lose your breath. Learning facts and real cool stuff. Scream for more, keep getting up. It's science time. It's fun, you best believe. Explore and learn new things. Come and join me, please.
I'm Mr. C, and this super smart group is my science crew. Working together with my crew makes learning so much fun. Actually, you should join us. Let's give science a try with a simple DIY.
Today, we're learning about rescue tools. What time is it? It's science time.
Welcome back to DIY Science Time. My name's Mr. C, and I'm so excited to have you here to be part of our crew today. We're here at the Miami Township Fire and EMS, Station 29, and I'm so excited because we're learning about all things firefighters. Ambulances, fire trucks, Halligan bars, you name it, and maybe we'll get to climb up on the ladder. Are you ready to have some fun? Let's go.
Engine 29, it's science time.
I am here with Katie Lanham of Miami Township Fire and EMS, Station 29, and behind me I have one of the coolest things, an ambulance. Tell us about this and why it's such an amazing piece of equipment.
So this is our ambulance here at Station 29. It is a giant box full of all kinds of technology and equipment that we use every day to help people on some of their worst days and help fix their emergencies for them.
It's amazing. The work that you do each and every day is phenomenal, and I can't wait to check out what's inside. Can we hop in, pull it around, and go inside and look at?
Absolutely, let's go inside and check it out.
Yes.
Safety first.
Have you ever noticed that when an ambulance drives by with the siren on, you can hear the pitch of the siren change? This happens because of the Doppler effect. The siren is sending out sound waves in all directions. But when the ambulance is moving towards you, those sound waves get squished together in front of the ambulance. This means more vibrations are reaching your ears and you hear a higher pitch. Once the ambulance passes by, the pitch gets lower. This happens because the sound waves behind the ambulance aren't being squeezed together in the same way. The Doppler effect is a pretty cool science concept. And remember, anytime you hear a siren, it means it's time to pull over and get out of the way. Emergency vehicles need us to do this so they can pass safely and help those in need.
So even though we're on the ambulance and we're acting as paramedics or EMTs that day, we're always firefighters too. So this cabinet holds all of our firefighter gear that we might need if we were to respond with the fire truck to a fire.
So this is set up, ready to go. You're
Yep.
hopping in the ambulance, but you might get a call and you're out there, you need to hop into your equipment and boom, you're fighting a fire.
Yep.
Instead of doing EMS pieces.
Yes.
Okay, wow.
So we have our own packs, we have our own hand tools, and we have our own radios
And then this is always with you
at all times.
at all times. So what do we have back here? I see a
So-
stretcher.
Yes. So this is a power load stretcher. It's very fancy. It does all the heavy lifting for us. The stretcher by itself can hold 700 pounds.
700 pounds you can put on this.
Yes.
And it comes out of the back of the ambulance like this.
Yes. So
That's
when
amazing.
We'll pull it out, and it's got arms on that lever that it's sitting on that pick up and set down the stretcher for us.
Okay, so it's doing the work for us.
Yeah.
So the science behind this is amazing because this allows one person to do the job of
Yeah.
2 or 3 people probably?
So it's all battery powered and hydraulics.
Okay, let's put it down. Oh, that's cool. And then it can get really low to get a person
it can
in.
go all the way down.
Wow. So if you have a person who's not able to do anything, you can get them right off the
We're easily
ground.
yeah, we're easily able to pick them up and set them right on it.
And then once you have it, you just pop it back up and hooks onto here and lifts it up.
Yep. Once the lights are green on both sides, that lets me know that it's hooked in right, and I can hit the button to lift it up.
That is so
And all
cool.
it takes is a gentle shove. You can guide it right in.
That's absolutely minimal effort.
Step right up. We're going to be elevating our science game today. We're building a hydraulic scissor lift. You'll need the following materials to create your nifty platform: cardboard, straws, scissors, dowel rods or skewers, plastic syringes and tubing, craft sticks, hot glue gun, hot glue sticks, and don't forget, grab your uplifting science notebook.
A science notebook is a tool that every scientist should have because it gives us a place to record all of our learning. Taking notes and being organized allows us to be better scientists. A science notebook allows us to go back and review all of the data and information we've gathered during our experiments. Plus, it allows us to share results with other scientists who might be interested in learning more about what we've discovered. Whenever you see the notebook pop up on the screen, like this, it's a reminder that this is a good place for us to jot down new information during the show. I've already added a title and the list of materials for today's activity, but our crew is still going to have lots of information to collect and organize as we go through our experiments. Most importantly, the more you use a science notebook, the better you'll get at taking notes and recording data. If you don't have a science notebook already, download a copy of Mr. C's science notebook from the website.
Firefighter equipment can weigh over 60 pounds and can withstand up to 2,200 degrees Fahrenheit. Firefighters need to be able to gear up fast. Usually it takes them less than 60 seconds to suit up for an emergency situation. That's pretty amazing.
I'm here with Lieutenant Dan Moeller of the Miami Township Fire Department, and I'm super excited to say that I have an amazing tool here that he's going to show us how it works. What am I holding here, Lieutenant Dan?
So what this is called is a halogen, and what we have here are two different kinds of halogens. This one is a 30-inch pro bar. It's got 3 parts on it. We've got an adze, a pike, and a fork. And depending on which tool you're actually using and how you leverage it, there's different mechanical advantages that come into play.
So why is a tool like this so important for a firefighter to have?
So these tools help us when we're searching, and they also help us when we're trying to make forcible entry into a house. So how we were talking about that mechanical advantage, we'll use that on an actual door to break into a residence that we need to get inside if it's locked.
Okay, so I think that's probably what we're doing right here, right? We're going to break through this door and get in so we can save someone or check something out.
Yep, yeah, we're gonna go right through the door.
All right, well, when we say we, you are gonna go through the door, I'm gonna step out of the way, I'm gonna enjoy the view from wherever it's safe to be doing this.
Sounds good.
All right.
Fire department!
That is amazing. And you get in there so quickly, and the mechanical advantage you have from this is just really cool. But the question I have for you is, what happens if a door is like really difficult to get through with one person? Is that something you can actually do with a partner or get help with?
It is. So this is just one way. There's a million different ways you could get into a door, right? So we do 1-person methods. We also do 2-person methods. Ready?
Yep.
Hit, 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 stop. So now I'm gonna actually push down on the door.
Okay.
What I'm doing is I'm opening that gap, and you can actually see some daylight through there.
Yeah, I can actually see the other side.
So if you take that wedge, go ahead and get that as far in there as you can.
Okay.
And then I let go of this. Now when we're hitting, I'm actually pulling back on this, and you saw it release that a little bit because we're starting to work behind the door jamb now. So hit, 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 drive. Stop. So we're in there, we're wrapped around. So we'll pick up the lockwood hook. This specific wedge was put in here, or this opening, so that it could
to lock in.
marry around that.
So that if you are by yourself,
Yep.
that it just secures it.
Yep. So I'll have you come down here.
Am I pushing?
Yep, you're gonna push. And I'm gonna pull. We'll move on 3. Ready, 1, 2, 3. So we've got our big break. Now, go ahead and take your Halligan. You're gonna insert that in there, and you're just gonna pry it open. Yep.
Yeah, let's go. Maybe.
There you go.
I don't know the routine, but
Before the invention of the fire hose in 1673, fires were fought with buckets of water. Today, fire hoses are made from a nitrile rubber tube that is insulated by a woven polyester fabric jacket. Fire hoses come in a variety of sizes, but the most common size is 50 feet long.
Next, we're building a scissor lift, a hydraulic scissor lift. It is such a cool tool because it allows us to take something from the ground and move it upwards vertical with minimal effort. You can see here that I have one side of it already laid out. This is going to be the base. We're going to use different colors for the levels so that we can keep track of all of our pieces. First, let's identify the center. Okay, that's the center, but that's not centered in our craft stick, so I'm going to put it right there, which will be the center. And I want my other holes to be towards the outside, like that, and here. Now I'm going to use a drill, and I'm going to drill through all of these, and I'm going to apply some pressure because I want the holes to stay there for all of them. Now we're going to cut our dowel rods to 7.5 inches and score them at the mark, which allows us to snap them apart very easily. So depending on how big your scissor lift is going to be will determine how many of these you actually need. So it's okay if you cut more, if you cut less, it just depends on how tall you want to make your scissor lift. So we have our skewers cut, now we need some straws cut, and we're gonna cut those to 5.25 inches. I love that sound. Now we're going to snip off a piece of the glue stick and drill a hole through the center of it. This is going to allow the skewer stick to stick there and not slide back and forth. You'll need 2 of these for each skewer stick. And don't worry, if you don't have glue sticks, you can use erasers, you can use tape. Basically, you just want something that's going to prevent the skewer stick from sliding back and forth and falling apart after you've built the scissor lift. Now it's time to put it together. I'm going to lay out all of my craft sticks and mark both ends. One side will get lines, the other side will get stars. Now, for the first part, we're going to connect the lines to the red craft stick. Lines on the red craft stick creates an X, and on the top we have the stars. For the second layer, we'll connect star to star. For the third layer, line to line, etc. Take a skewer stick, put one of the glue pieces on the bottom of it, and if you want, you can make a whole bunch of these first. All right, so you can see we have 1/2 built. Have a crew member help you, it makes life a lot easier, and it's fun to work together. Before adding the other side, we need to add our straws. These are spacers and add structural support as well. And now? Add the other side of the lift and match the lines to the lines and the stars to the stars. Next, we're going to take our glue stick ends and place them on each skewer to keep everything in place. Let's tape the red craft sticks to the board. I'm also going to add a few dabs of hot glue on each end to keep the glue ends in place. This should provide lots of additional support. These purple craft sticks are used as guides to allow the scissor legs to move back and forth in a straight line. This is where we'll attach the top of the platform to another piece of smaller cardboard. Lots of extra glue on the platform is always helpful. Awesome. It's working really well. And now instead of me pushing it back and forth, we're going to use these 2 syringes and this tube to actually do the work for us using hydraulics. So to prime your system, you're going to take a syringe. I'm going to fill this one up about halfway, so 5 milliliters. And in my second syringe, I'm going to fill it up all the way. And then I'm going to hook up my hose. And now I'm going to push all the air out of the hose. I'm going to push this one down until about it's halfway. So this one's at 5 mil. Oh, there we go. And now I'm going to cap this one on here. And now I have a system that is air-free. It's just fluid. So when I push down on this, the mechanical motion will be pushing down on the syringe, creates pressure, applies pressure to all the fluid, and then the pressure of the fluid moves the other side up. And we can use this back and forth. Look at that. That's so cool. I've got a little bit of an air pocket inside there. I could prime it and get rid of that, but I think it's gonna be just a-okay the way it's working right now. So let's give it a try. So our goal is to place our syringe right here. So when we apply pressure, that'll work just like that. And then when I let it go, it'll come back down. Just like that, sort of. But we need to connect this here to the cardboard and then to our system. So I'm going to tape this down. And now when I apply pressure, it goes up. And then when I take the pressure off, look, it'll hold it in place. You can see that it's not moving it perfectly straight. So I can keep working on that, but when I let it go, awesome. And I can probably lift things like, you know, some craft sticks. So when I build something up even higher, I can get my materials up. Let's see what it does. Uh-oh, it's gonna tip. Keep building, have some fun. This is such a fun activity. And yes, it's not perfect, but that is really the best part about this engineering design challenge. Build a scissor lift that you can lift things up, give it a try, figure out where it's not stable, and then you can lift up things to the sky.
Fire hydrants can be found all around. You probably have one on your street in your neighborhood. Fire hydrants are important because they give firefighters access to water for emergency situations. They are connected to the city's water supply and can essentially pump out unlimited amounts of water to help firefighters put out a fire.
There's 3 portions to our turnout gear, which is the gear that we use when we fight fire. There's the outer layer, which is called the outer shell. So this is the exterior of our coats. And then there's the inner liner, which is made up of 2 parts, a thermal barrier and a moisture barrier. And when you put it all together, it's called a composite. And after every fire, we wash them to get all of the nasty gunk and stuff off. And we hang them on these hang dries, which is kind of like a fan inside a hanger.
So this is one of the fire trucks that we have. It's Quint 26.
So this is a much bigger truck than some of the other trucks I've seen Like, what makes this truck so special?
So this truck is special for us because on the top we've got a 100-foot aerial ladder. So we're able to get to areas that maybe a ground ladder can't easily get to. So this ladder actually has a whole standpipe system that it grows as well as the ladder grows. So we're able to reach a great distance with that master stream on top, and we can put out a ton of water with one of those. This truck also has a pump built into it. We also carry 450 gallons of water, as well as over 1,000 feet of 5-inch hose, so we can get pretty far away from a fire hydrant and still be able to work effectively.
That's amazing. So this is pretty much anywhere there's a fire, this is able to help out, and it doesn't have to be connected to a water main or something like that, fire hydrant.
Yeah, so with how much water is on it, we can get a good start on that fire, but we definitely need more than 450 gallons to get that job done. So we either bring in another fire truck to hook up to, or we'll hook into a hydrant system on the ground.
So this is like a pride and joy for the fire department, isn't it?
Yes, yeah, every fire department, their fire trucks that's their big thing.
So we are geared up. I've got my safety belt on. I've got this big mega clip so I can hook myself up when we get up to the top of the ladder.
Yep, anytime we get up on the ladder, once we get to a stopping point, we'll use these and we'll clip into a railing just to give us an extra set of security.
All right, I'm nervous, but I believe in science and hydraulics and all the things that are making this do its thing, so I'm ready if you are ready.
Let's do it.
All right, I'll follow you. What's the weight capacity on this?
So all the way at the end of the tip with the angle that this is at, which is about 35 degrees right now, we could have 500 pounds out there.
Oh, okay.
So you and I are more than good.
Oh, this is just like walking.
Yep, just like walking up steps.
It's not even moving.
Go ahead and kneel down and clip your belt into a rung.
I want to turn around, but I'm terrified. I'm up here with Lieutenant Dan, 100 feet out from the back of the ladder, correct?
Yes. Yep, we're at 35 degrees.
35 degrees. It is very windy. Hopefully you can hear me, but it's super also amazing up here. It's a little terrifying. I'm not scared of heights, but it's high. All right, how do we get back down?
We gotta walk.
Do we go backwards?
No, we'll spin around and we'll just walk down. We're at an angle right now where we can just walk down still.
Okay, cool.
Ambulance sirens are 122 decibels loud. That's only 15 decibels less than a rocket launch. But for a vehicle like this, it's important for us to hear it before we see it.
We had so much fun at the firehouse, and I thought it would be awesome if we built our very own Doppler effect. Here I have a battery pack and a buzzer. Check it out. This little thing here, when I turn it on, I get that loud squealing sound. And if I spin it around, in theory, we'll get the Doppler effect because we're gonna squeeze those sound waves together and create a higher pitch. I'm gonna go down there, and I'm gonna use this one here that has a long string so I can whip it around and see what happens. Let's give it a try. That was awesome. There, now I can talk. That was awesome. Build one of these, it's so much fun. You can explore the Doppler effect right in your neighborhood. Have fun, give it a try. Sound waves.
The Halligan bar was designed by a New York firefighter, Hugh Halligan, in 1948. The Halligan bar is a multi-purpose tool for prying, twisting, punching, or striking objects.
Being a firefighter is an important job, and having special tools and equipment allows firefighters and EMS personnel to do their jobs safely. How fun was it to see Mr. C climbing that ladder? He was so high in the sky. Honestly, I think I'll stay down here and use the scissor lift we built instead. I wonder how high you could make your scissor lift go. Can you make it strong enough to lift heavier items? Give it a try.
What an amazing day, and it was so much fun working with those firefighters. I got to talk to Katie, Lieutenant Dan, and I got to learn about all the cool tools they use to do their job. Speaking of tools, if you haven't done so yet, hop online and download your DIY Science Time notebook. It's a great place to keep track of all your experiments and the tools you use to learn new things. Speaking of learning new things, this hydraulic scissor lift was not an easy build, but it was so much fun. I learned about all sorts of variables, things I need to figure out, things I need to change, and most importantly, I think it's working. So before we try it here with little C, I want to say, keep learning, keep exploring, keep having fun, and remember, science is wherever you are. All right, little C, are you ready? 3, 2, 1.
Whoa!
It worked! It worked! High five, buddy!
It's
See
science
ya.
time.
I am with Katie Lanham here at Miami Town. That was awesome, and we're gonna build an ambulance.
These match those.
It's science time.
Oh yeah, I was supposed to say it, or were you saying it? I'm sorry.
And today we're learning.
It's science time. It's so much
This is a very complicated build, and we've had a lot of fun messing up, but it's finally working. Okay, ready?